G'day, welcome to Duckzorly Gaming and a first look playthrough of shapez.io. This is a game by Tobias Springer. It was provided to us via Keymailer. We have not purchased nor been paid to play this or comment on it or anything else. So the opinions and everything else you have in this video and the subsequent videos are all purely of my opinions and thoughts of the game as we go through. So, shapez.io is a minimalist type version of Factorio. It's very much based sort of on the play style and all that of Factorio. Personally, I'm not a fan of Factorio, but we got this one and I thought we'd just have a bit of a look at it and see how it goes. It looked interesting and so far I've been pleasantly surprised. So all there is when we come into the game is just play. So let's get in and do it. Okay, so this is the screen as we are configured as we first start the game. Now, I have got the music turned off. We can have the music running if you so wish. It's pleasant enough. If I toned it down a bit, I'd probably not worry about it too much, but certainly for the recording, I'm not going to worry about having the music on. All right, now the rest of the screen. Top right-hand side, we've got our basic menu controls, all that sort of stuff. So we have the music on, off. Sound on, off, we have the save, and we have the settings button. Settings will just take you to continue to settings or return to menu. So we're just going to continue. It also does give you your time played and a couple of basic stats there. So how many builds you build, how many buildings, how many minutes you've played. So that's not too bad. You get a bit of an idea of how much time you've lost in the game. Right. What else is there? Okay, down the bottom middle of the section, we have our toolbar. This toolbar equates, it's got 10 tool functions down through here, 1 through to 0. So each one of these corresponds with a key. So the conveyor belt here corresponds to key 1. So if I press key 1, I can build a conveyor. If I press key 4, I can build a stacker. And that's all the tools we've got available to us at the moment, which I'll get into shortly. So as we develop more tools and have more options available to us, these will automatically populate. Some tools, like the extractor later on, will have various forms of extractor, and you can actually cycle through those with the T key, and we'll see that when that actually pops up. Okay, apart from that, we also have up the top left-hand corner, we have some basic key shortcuts that are available to us. So left mouse button and WASD to move. So holding the left mouse button, we can move around, or we can just use the WASD keys like so. The pipette, I haven't really worked out what that's for yet, but anyway, we'll work that out. The delete key is the right key, the right mouse button, I should say. So if we lay a conveyor belt in, for instance, we press the right-hand mouse button to release the plopping tool, and then we can delete by holding down the right mouse button like so. All right, down here we have the tutorial, which actually gives you the basic tutorial of what you need to do and all that sort of stuff. And there'll be some other stuff that pops up later on. Over here we have our, effectively like our pinned construction stuff we're looking at. So we can actually go in here, we can pin stuff to it later on. Also gives us information. This will be more pertinent a little bit later on in the game, but it tells me that the layers of this shape that we have to create is just a circle with no colors on all 4 quadrants. That'll make more sense a little bit later on in the game. All right. So let's get into this and have a bit of a look and see how things go. Right, so first things first. Our main resource are all these colored things all the way through the map. Now, as you can see, the map is huge. So we come out through there, but that's not all of the map. The map extends for ages. All the way down. I haven't even got the bottom yet. And if we go all the way back up again. So this is huge. You can't scroll all the way out, but it is huge. You get the idea. All right. The other thing up here too, I failed to mention before, it has this little direction arrow with the hub. This will actually guide you to where the hub is. So for instance, it'll tell me that I've got to go up and like that. Or alternatively, you click on it and it actually centers the hub to your screen. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, all these little nodes in that here, the different colors and that, these are the different shapes and the colors we have to start off with. So these effectively are color nodes. We have the green, red, and blue. Primary colors, don't forget that later on. And then we have all of our shapes, which are basically in the gray monotone. All right, so as you can see, we've got squares over here, squares, circles, all that sort of stuff. And as we go out, we get some stranger shapes, some combinations, a star, all that sort of stuff, and we'll get to those a little bit later. Now, a marker, you can create a marker, but I'm not going to worry about doing that at this stage. We're just going to get into the very basic building and see how things pan out. All right, so first things first, we need to deliver 40 spheres or circles to the hub. So we're going to do that very easily. So what we can do, we're just going to do one conveyor. So we grab an extractor with our left mouse button, come out here. Now we can rotate the output of this extractor. So where the green arrow goes is the direction of where the shape will come out of that extractor. So all I do is place the extractor here on the node, and then that means that those shapes will come out here as soon as I hook up a conveyor belt or any other tool, very much as what the tutorial says here. Now, the thing with this, if I want to place more, I can hold the shift key down and place as many as I like. Or alternatively, if I wanted to do a whole bank of them, for instance, I hold the shift key down and just drag, and they will do them as well. Okay, nice and simples. All right, conveyor. So we can press number 1 for the conveyor or with our mouse. So number 1 brings that up and the conveyor comes out. One of the nice little things that I've found with it is the conveyor will automatically sort of set when you want to sort of go into a corner like that. It'll actually show you the shape as you want to do it to a degree. So I don't mind that. But anyway, we're going to go from there. We're going to come out, we drag that out and then drag that back in, and there we go. So that's our first conveyor done. How quick is it working? Well, that's quite easy to work out. Our extractors are running at 0.4 items a second, and then our conveyor belts are running at 2 items a second. So we have a lot of delay in our extractors coming out. So the extractors can't output as quick as what our conveyors can carry away. Not much we can do about that at this point in the game. So that's okay. We just end up running multiple conveyors like so. Now, one of the things you can do is you can drag it all the way across through there. Or what you can do is you can also hold the shift key. It'll turn into a little green dot. Left click, then drag, and so there like that. Hold the shift key down again and then drag. And you can do a nice placement like that. So you can actually visually see exactly where you're going. And if you wanted to, you could drag that all the way off the screen. Oh, it did work off the screen before. No, it's not going to make me do that. All right. Anyway. Oh, well, that was a bit quick. All right. Level 1. Okay. You just unlocked the cutter. It cuts shapes half from top to bottom, regardless of its orientation. That's very important. Be sure to get rid of the waste or otherwise it will stall. For this purpose, I give you a trash bin which destroys everything you put into it. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's delete that with our our right mouse key. Right, so we've got to produce, let's call it the western hemispheres of the sphere. It's vertical split, and we've got to give the left-hand side parts across. So what we do, we'll just demonstrate that here now. So this is our cutter tool, toolbar 5. So we can rotate that. So as you can see, the arrows are dictating exactly where the flow of the parts are going to be. So we'll bring a conveyor up to here, full sphere going in, and then on the outputs, we'll have a half sphere on both sides. Left quadrant, or right half, I should say. Okay, so we only want the left half. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the left half from here and we're going to drag that in to the hub. Okay, is that what we want? Let's have a look. Yep, so they're counting up, but we've stopped. Why have we stopped? As the tooltip said, it has to be balanced. So if you don't use this other side, you've got to have somewhere for it to go. And the way for that to go is into the bin. So we can place the bin here like that. And then now, as they're coming out through here, they'll also be going into the bin. Now I can demonstrate that more easily by removing that, putting the bin here, and I'll put the conveyor in there like that. Right, so as you can see, it's a balanced output, obviously, because that's coming through being split in half, one side there, one side there. Okay, that's all you have to remember for that. Now, we can then go along through here. We can rotate this out again, and we can put a couple of these down, like so. And we can very busily and very easily get these running out here like this. Now that's not going to work because that's in the wrong orientation. So what we do is just get rid of that, choose that again, change the orientation to that. We can pull this in here like that. All right. And then on the output of all these, we'll see the halves again. Very good. So we'll put a bin on that one. Hold the shift key down, bin and bin. Okay. Now, it's doing what we don't want it to do. We don't want it to go into there. Bring it up to there. So what we're going to do now is bring this conveyor across into there, into there, and into there. And quick as a flash, we've already got to 40. There we go. Nice and simple. We're now level 2, or level 2 completed. We're now level 3, I should say. This level gives you no reward, but the next one will. P.S. Better not destroy your existing factory. You need all those shapes later again to unlock upgrades. Very important, and we'll get to that. Next level. Right. Wait for it to come through. Show upgrades. So, this is the upgrades here. Now, I'm going to come back to that in a second. So, we all know so far that we've produced these items here. And if we have a look at our statistics here, which is very good, this tells us that we've produced what shapes and what we've done with them. So this is what we've produced. This is what we've delivered. So as you can see, all these right-hand side spheres or sphere halves have not been delivered. They also haven't been stored. Okay. So the delivered is what's been delivered, whereas the stored is what we've got left over and is accumulating in the hub. Okay. Anyway, so that continues on. Now, the important part in the note that was said in that tooltip as we did the transition is we then have the upgrades here. Press the F key, or you can come up here and press the icon up here. And these upgrades enable you to provide higher speeds for all your different aspects of your factory, so to speak. So, for instance, we're at tier 1 for belts, distributor tunnels, extraction, cutting, rotating, and stacking, mixing, and painting. If we want to go to tier 2, which we can do because we've got more than 150 of the spheres in the hub, press the upgrade key, and that will take us from a speed of ×1 to ×2. Right? So, what did we say our conveyor was at? It's at 2 items per second. So, if we do the upgrade, that should then change to 4 items per second. Let's see if it actually works that way. All right. Upgrade's been applied. Tier 2. So, the next tier we want to go to, which will be tier well, actually, yeah, that's a good question. Are we at tier 1 or is it to go to tier 1? But anyway, I'm assuming to go to tier 2. So we're at tier 1. Anyway, so we're counting up with these. We just need 1.5k of the lower halves of a sphere, and that will take us from a ×2 to ×4. What's the speed of our conveyor now? Yep, 4 items a second. And as you can see, everything's moving a little bit quicker. Nice. All right. So all that is good. Our next mission, or next objective, is to get squares. Easy done. Let's go do that really quickly. Grab the extractor. We're going to rotate it. We're going to grab 3 of these. And we're going to grab our conveyors. And we're going to bring them in. 1, 2, 3. Oops, now I did that. Oh dear, that's not good. I want to fix that. So I'm going to go around that like that. Go like that. Did you notice how the conveyor automatically sort of fixed itself? It will do that in many situations. So if I've accidentally just gone down there, oh, that's not right. Oh, no, that's not right. It actually does sort of help you. So certainly if you go like there, oh, that's not right, fix that to there, it'll know that it actually needs to fix that back to where it was. Nice and easy. All right, so this is churning away. We've got 33 in there now of the squares. All well and good. Right, so the other important part, we've talked about the nodes, these colors. Now, these colors are going to be used later on. Now, you'll notice that we've got the primary colors, red, green, and blue, RGB. Now, that's important to remember because you are going to be required to make secondary colors. How do you make secondary colors? By mixing your red, green, and blue to make supplementary colors. So, for instance, green and blue will make yellow. So, when we need to make a yellow part, we'll need to mix the green and the blue before we actually get to applying the paint to the part. Well, that's a little bit ahead of ourselves, but that's what we're going to do a little bit later on. All right, let's go and actually see what's going on down here. We've got all that. We've got 89, 90. We're almost at the upgrade. So almost going to be level 4, and we're going to get splitters and mergers. Splitter mergers. There we go. Level 3 is completed. The multifunctional balancer has been unlocked. It can be used to build bigger factories by splitting emerging items onto multiple belts. All right, and that's it there. As you can see, it's taking 2 belts, combining them into one, or it's taking 1 belt, splitting it into 2. That's some of the stuff you can do with it. All right, so let's have a look in here and see exactly what we can do. So we have all these pieces going through here. What we want to do, we're using 4 inputs here, for instance, in the hub, where, for instance, we may have another factory line that wants to come down and use these because we may be chock-a-block. So what can we do? Well, we can use the 2 key. We'll click down here for the merger, and we get this merging tool, okay? Now the merging tool, 2 input, 2 output, but it can cross either way. So this is why they call it a balancer as well, because if I had this across these lines here, and one line was a lot heavier with product than the other, it would actually balance out the output, so the output was relatively equal between the 2 lines. Very handy to have, very handy to know. All right, but what else can it do? Let's have a look. So what we can do is we can take, I think I'll start with this one. So we can put them on there like that. Now, the load here is pretty much the same, so it's not going to balance. So it's a 1-for-1 type relationship. So if we had 3 coming in here to 1 there, then one of those 3 would drop down to here, so it'd be a 2-to-2, okay? Makes sense. But what it also can do is if I now click that and get rid of that conveyor, it will now come down through here. So now we've got 2, okay? So we've got 1 from this line, 1 from this line. So they've actually merged those 2 lines there to be 1 line there. Similarly, if I want to do the same here, I can go there, and then I can go, well, if we do that first, we'll do that first and have a look and see what happens. So you'll probably find it'll start balancing, and it's done that. So see how it's moving every second one down here to balance the load. So it's actually distributing that load going in these 2 conveyor belts more evenly. All right, let's get rid of that while we talk about that. Right, next thing we're going to do is we're then going to go, right, let's break that line. And again, this line here will now get a lot heavier, a lot more product going through because there's now 3 lines into 1. Okay, so this line here is still doing the single line. That's all well and good. But we could then put another splitter merger on here, or balancer, like so. And this one here will start balancing out again, as you can see. All right, fantastic. Nice and simple. But then, of course, if we go and get rid of that one, then they're all going to come through to here. So we're going to have 4 lines feeding into this one here. Now, at the moment, our extractors are running at 0.4 items a second. So you can effectively say it's 2 every second. So we've got two coming out every second, or just shy thereof, right? Is that right? 0.4 items per second. No, it's not. 1 every 2 seconds. Sorry, I was going the other way. But our conveyor belt is taking 4 items a second. So that's why all of a sudden we got this huge gap here, but we start truncating this back down because we've gone from being effectively what would have been 4 lots of 2 a second to 1 lot of basically 1 every half second, thereabouts, okay? If you want, get calculator out, do the math and prove me wrong, but it's about that. A very rough guesstimation. Anyway, that's all happening there. That's all well and good. Right, let's move on and do what we need to do. Shut up, duck. Let's go. So we need to deliver some right sides of the squares. So let's get that done. I'm going to do 4 of, in fact, no, I'm just going to do 3. 3 will suffice. Where are we going? I want to do 3 of them. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Right, simply, we're going to go out through here like this. I also want to talk about too, a bit more of the upgrades. Before we go any further, so we've got another upgrade. So let's go in here. So the extraction, we've got the extraction upgrade. So now this means that the extraction, so where we're just talking about the extraction being 0.4 a second, when we apply this upgrade, it should go to 0.8. So let's upgrade that and let's have a look. What has it done? 0.8. So the extraction now is a lot quicker. So you'll see this will all start speeding up a little bit quicker. Now, remembering that the cutter will only do 0.5 items a second. So that's 1 every 2 seconds out of the cutter, okay? All right. Okay, so let's get the extractors in. So I'm just going to put them down there like that, and away they go. And let's have a look and see which side of the splitter we need to take with us. Right, so it's going to be, what are we after? I've lost track. Right, we want this guy here. So we can bring, in fact, I want to bring him. Which one I want to bring down first? Him. Right, I want to bring him out. No, I don't want that one. That's the one I don't want. So I want the garbage bin on there. Let's do the garbage bins first. And there and there. I don't want you doing that. That's very naughty, boys. Okay, that's what we want. Now, I'm going to bring that conveyor down here. Now, quite simply, what we can do here at the moment to make this nice and simple is I can add the balancer there, there, and there. And tie in our conveyor belt through there. And there we've got 4 belts coming into here. They'll all join into one here. And then simply a matter of dragging that across and into there. Now, obviously, this is a bit of a false economy here. You're not going to be seeing that sort of supply. That's just what was built up because we had a bank up of product, and that's what we're seeing there. Okay. So if we were to add another one, another unit into there now, right? So we'll very quickly go up here, rotate there, garbage bin there. I'm going to put an extractor in up here, and then we're going to put another line up to there and into there. Pull that down. I don't know why I did that. That's not even working. So that's all right. And then that to there like that. And you'll see that once you get down here, we've got more production coming through. So now we're running at a lot higher production rate again because we've got the 4th line in there. All right. So as you can see, if you then truncated more of those out, you could actually get your line to be running more efficiently as well. We really don't need to do that. We're at 98 now. We only need 120 of them for this point in time. However, let's have a look in here and just be mindful. See this one here for tier 1, mixing and painting? We need that same side. So again, as was said in that tooltip, don't necessarily delete all your existing factories and stuff like that because they may be useful. All right. Very important piece here. The rotator has been unlocked. We've completed level 4. It rotates shapes clockwise by 90 degrees. Excellent. Right. Key bindings are that we can talk about that later, but control and drag, select an area, shift, hold to place a multiple one building, which we talked about, and alt is to invert orientation of placed belts. Okay. Right. So let's get out of here and have a bit of a look-see. Our next one, we need to grab the top half of the spheres. Now, as you can see here, if we come into this, we've already got these spheres coming in here. That's fine. Let's have a look and see. Do we need those ones for anything here? No, we need the bottoms. All right. So what we need is we need bottoms and tops. Tops to unlock, bottoms for the upgrade. So let's have a look at this. If I want to make tops, I can rotate these 90 degrees. Okay. Nice and simple. So what I can do is I can very quickly grab my rotation tool. I can rotate that so it's going the right way with the arrow pointing the right way of the conveyor belt. Place that there, 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 and there. And now they've rotated to be the top half of the sphere. And there we go. We've gone away, smashing it nice and quick. All right. Now, in relation to getting these ones going, that's just simply a matter of getting the same thing and rotating it further. So obviously, to rotate these items here to that, we would need to then rotate that a further 180 degrees. So another 2 rotations of 90 degrees would give us that rotation, and that would then be the bottom half of that sphere. So we'll actually do that a little bit later. We're not going to do that right now. Alternatively, we could be using this one here. So if I actually pull this one out here, it says we'll just get rid of that. And I'm going to put just to show you what would happen, the resultant output here. Oh, I've put an extra one in, haven't I? Let's get rid of that. There we go. We got the bottoms there. So which is what we had originally. So instead of actually, is that what we had? No, it's the same thing. So we've just rotated it once and we've actually gotten the opposite. So that's fine, which we will. So rotation is the same, but it's still the same split. That's okay. Anyway, you get the idea. So nice and simple. All right, let them flow through. We're going to put that rubbish bin back down in here. I want to get them flowing nicely. All right, 180. We're almost at the unlock. Go to level 6. And there we go. Right. The tunnel has been unlocked. You can now tunnel items through belts and buildings with it. Now, this is what we need to go to the next stage, what we were just doing here. So, we're obviously landlocked here with these conveyors. So, if I get rid of all that, if I did want to use these, so if I want to clear that out, clear that out, clear that out, and I want to go and put a rotation on these. So, I want one there, one there, one there, which I've already got. I'll rotate that one and put one there. I want to get this stuff out. Best way to do that now is with a tunnel. So what I can do is I can rotate this, tunnel there. I can expand this out. Now this will expand out, as it says over here, 5 tiles. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the maximum distance. I go to there, it's not going to work. What I can do is go to there like that, and then that will expand that out. So if I then happen to bring that up and out here like this, then I connect our conveyor there. Here they go. They're going up through the tunnel, and out we go. Excellent. So for the rest of this, I can go there like that, there and there. I can then put a balancer merger over here, one there and one there. We can put that to there, bring that one up to there, right? Connect that one up. So we've now got a supply coming on all 3 of those legs. Excellent. Now this one here is a little bit more difficult because he's not quite in the right position, is he? We can do that there. We can then put another tunnel in here like this. Where are we going? That. Like that. We can then bring that over. Oh, no, it's not. There we go. Thank you. And we can put another merger here, rotate the right way. There we go. And connect that up like that. There we go. And then we just bring this down to here. And now we're using both legs of the cutters to provide 2 different shapes, for this instance, into the hub. Now, if we go in here and have a look, that's now going up, you see? So we've actually created the 2 different halves being used, and we've tunneled across, so we've actually made a bit of a spaghetti junction, but it works. All right. So that's our first major tool. So we've got the conveyor, the balancer, the tunnels, the extractor, the cutter, and the rotator. All right. So we're now up to going to level 7, and we need to get just a quadrant, a quarter of the sphere. But we're running out of time. So we're going to do that in the next episode. So I really hope you've enjoyed looking at this game. I hope we've presented it to you in a way that you've enjoyed and it's actually okay and you understand it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it as a first look. Let me know if there's anything else that you may have already played it. Let me know tips, tricks that you've discovered. We'll get further into this as we go along. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm enjoying it reasonably well. It's not bad. I haven't got too far into the game as yet, but we'll see. I've got a couple of hours into it now. So overall, I think it's quite so far so good. I'd like to thank Tobias and Keymailer for providing us a copy of the game. Like I said, we're not being paid to do any cash for comment, nothing else like that. We were given the key. There was no premise for the key. It was just, have a look and showcase it if you wish. I'd like to thank Tobias and Keymailer for providing that opportunity. And it's available on Steam, so go check it out on Steam if you wish. But leave your comments down below. Leave your like, press the like button too if you like the episode. Press the dislike button if you didn't. That's okay. If you press the dislike button, just leave a comment. Let me know why. And apart from that, come check us out on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. All the details for those are down below in the comments. Make sure that if you wish to subscribe and you're not already a subscriber, press that subscribe button. And if you're not already a subscriber and you're pressing that button, make sure you press the alarm notification as well, so you're made aware of when more videos just like this are available on the channel, including episode 2, which will be coming very, very soon. Apart from that, until next time, make sure you and your family stay safe, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Duckzorly Gaming and shapez.io. See you later. Bye.